Well, it finally happened. The Boys series finale is out, the dust has settled, and to put it mildly, the internet is a total war zone right now.
Too fucking right.
Depending on which corner of Reddit or X you stumble into, Episode 8, Blood and Bone, is either being hailed as a tragic masterpiece or dragged as a rushed, inconsistent mess that prioritized shock value over 5 seasons of character development. We got the ultimate depowering of Homelander, a deeply polarizing heel turn from Billy Butcher, and a massive body count. But did showrunner Eric Kripke actually stick the landing, or did the show stumble at the absolute finish line? Today we aren't just doing a standard plot recap. We are breaking down the finale through a highly critical lens, highlighting exactly why the audience is so divided, exposing the plot holes that fans are ripping apart online, and looking at what this means for the future of the franchise. Drop a comment right now. Was this finale a 10 out of 10 or a massive letdown? Let's get into it.
Oi! This shot is diabolical!
Let's start with what actually worked, because when this finale hit its marks, it hit them hard. For 5 years, the entire series has built toward a single thesis statement. Homelander is an untouchable god and human beings are just bugs to him. The moment Kimiko utilizes Frenchie's upgraded radiation-boosted chest blast to strip Homelander of his Compound V was pure catharsis. But the real genius, and something the internet is universally praising Anthony Starr for, was the immediate shift in Homelander's psyche. The second he realized he was human, his god complex evaporated. He didn't fight like a warrior. He whimpered, bled, and panicked like a coward.
I'll fucking suck your dick, please. I'll do anything. You want me to eat shit? I'll eat your fucking shit. I'll eat your fucking shit. I like you, dude.
But here is where the critical fractures in the fandom begin. Butcher beating a completely defenseless, depowered Homelander to death with a crowbar on live television was incredibly visceral. It felt like a direct nod to the dark, gritty comic roots. However, a huge portion of the audience felt robbed. We spent 5 seasons waiting for a god-tier, apocalyptic showdown between 2 superpowered titans, only to get a one-sided beatdown of a crying man. On Reddit, fans are calling it a thematic masterstroke, while others are calling it a cinematic anti-climax. Now let's talk about why people are actually mad. The pacing of this finale felt less like a carefully calculated conclusion and more like a checklist of characters Kripke needed to get rid of before the credits rolled. Take the Deep, for instance. His death by a swarm of vengeful marine life felt less like an earned narrative payoff and more like a running meme pushed to its absolute extreme for a cheap laugh. And then there's Sister Sage. The fan consensus, turning the smartest person in the world into an average human via a radiation blast, felt like a lazy, convenient script writing shortcut to take her off the board so she couldn't outsmart the boys in the final act. But the biggest point of criticism online is Billy Butcher's final heel turn. After a whole season of wrestling with his inner demons, Butcher suddenly deciding to go full villain and unleash a global soup-killing virus felt incredibly abrupt. Yes, Hughie talks him down at the top of Vought Tower in a beautifully acted scene. But fans are pointing out that we've seen this exact cycle 3 or 4 times already. Butcher goes dark, Hughie appeals to his humanity, Butcher changes his mind. Doing it one last time before he succumbs to his wounds felt repetitive to a lot of viewers, leaving a bittersweet taste rather than a definitive, earned redemption. Let's look at the actual ending. Hughie and a pregnant Annie running a quiet A/V store free from Compound V is the happy ending Hughie deserved. But critically, look at the macro state of the Boys universe. Homelander is dead, Butcher is dead, but Stan Edgar is right back in the CEO chair at Vought. This is the ultimate bitter pill of the series, and it's honestly the most brilliant piece of writing in the finale. The Boys was never just about a crazy guy in a cape. It was a satire on corporate monopoly and late-stage capitalism. Homelander was just a product. By putting Stan Edgar back on top, the show tells us that the monsters change, but the corporate machine keeps rolling. The downside? It leaves the universe feeling remarkably unchanged. The Boys fought for 7 years, sacrificed Frenchie, lost Butcher, just to have Vought reset to factory settings. It makes you wonder, did our main characters actually achieve anything, or did they just survive the collateral damage? And that brings us to the final critique, the franchise trap. A major reason this finale feels open-ended and somewhat unsatisfying to purists is because Amazon isn't letting this universe die. With the prequel spin-off Vought Rising starring Jensen Ackles and Aya Cash already in active development, and the Gen V characters still lingering in Canada, the finale had to pull its punches. It couldn't completely destroy the world or the soups because there are more shows to sell. It turns out The Boys became the very thing it originally parroted, an endless superhero cinematic universe. But I want to hear from you. Did the corporate reality ruin the creative landing for you? Do you agree with the Reddit backlash, or are you perfectly happy with how Butcher and Homelander went out? Fire off in the comments below, smash that like button if you appreciate an honest, no-fluff review, and subscribe for more deep dives. I'm signing off, peace out.